Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the emergency appeal to the Supreme Court. What's up, Wolverines? Welcome back to John Crump News, where we discuss everything 2A related. I'm your host, John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist that keeps an eye on gun issues. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. It really helps me out. This video is going to be a 1,000-foot overview of what's going on. If you want a more in-depth video, I suggest Four Boxes Diners video. It's a great video. I'll link it down below in the description. I'm still battling clusters and migraines all day. Ever since I did the last video, I've been kind of out of it. So I'm going to do this video and release it because I got 3 videos planned for tomorrow. This was going to be 4, and that's a little bit too much. So I'm going to release this one very late. This case is out of Illinois, and specifically the city of Naperville. Okay, we all know what's going on in Illinois, and I got another video tomorrow morning about that with recent developments, but that's going to wait until tomorrow. But in AGR, which I've had some run-ins in the past, I'm not going to lie, but you got to give them credit where credit is due, and I'm not going to pronounce their name if you pronounce it out, but they are the National Association for Gun Rights. They teamed up with a guy named Robert Beavis, who owns Law Weapons and Supply. And they sued Naperville over their gun ban. Not only does Illinois have an unconstitutional gun ban, Naperville has its own gun ban. For the group sued, and it went up to a U.S. District Court judge named Virginia Kendall. Virginia Kendall found that the law was constitutionally sound. Don't know how, but she found it was constitutionally sound. Then it went up to the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals in Chicago on April 18th, and they denied a request from Beavis for an injunction until he appeals Kendall's ruling. So basically, they didn't say that he was going to lose an injunction or anything. They just said we're not going to issue one right now until we actually hear the appeal. So what happened is Beavis and NAGR, they filed for an emergency application with the United States Supreme Court for an injunction pending appellate review. Basically, that is saying, give us an injunction until the appeals court can review the case. And that was supposed to take place on April 26th. How it's broken down is each circuit is overseen by a justice. And the justice that oversees the 7th is Amy Coney Barrett. Amy Coney Barrett didn't say that she was going to grant the emergency relief, but she did ask Naperville to respond by next Monday to get everything in order, to say why they believe that the plaintiffs are not due an injunction. This might seem like a good thing, and it is. It is good that the Supreme Court is willing to consider this, but that isn't exactly a slam dunk. Chances are the Supreme Court is going to say, or Amy Coney Barrett's going to say, that they're not going to grant one because they don't want to overstep their boundaries with the 7th Circuit. They could issue an emergency injunction, but I'm not sure if they will. If you look out in New York, GOA, in their case, appealed for a emergency injunction from the Supreme Court, or asked the Supreme Court to step in. The Supreme Court looked and said, give us the reasons why we shouldn't step in. They said that to the state. And what happened was, the state replied, and the Supreme Court ended up saying that, hey, we're not going to grant anything right now, but we are going to keep an eye on this because we don't want to overstep our boundaries with overstepping on the authority of the circuit court. And I think that is the most likely outcome with this. Hopefully not. Hopefully they do get their injunction granted. Did I say April? Okay, never mind. Don't worry about when I said that the case will be heard. Just forget about that. I got a headache and stuff. So Naperville have until 11 a.m. on May 8th to respond to Justice Barrett's request. NAJR is happy about this, and they should be happy about this. And Naperville isn't really saying anything what is going on. So we will see what happens in this case, but it is definitely going to be interesting to see if the Supreme Court steps in on this. We all know that there is an injunction against the larger state ban, which they just lost in court. They, being the state, just lost in the court the other day. So we'll see if there is another injunction by the Supreme Court on that. I do have another video on the state's response to that. Hint, hint, they asked for the injunction to be stayed until an appeal can be heard. But I'll get into that tomorrow. So with that, it's a little quick video, not polished or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and roll out. Thank you so much for watching. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I'm going back to bed. Wolverine's motherfucker.